Hello. This time I tried to make sure that the video orientation is actually correct. Sorry about the previous issue. I have already done two of these little engines. As I mentioned, I used some sandpaper to remove the excess on these as well, because they are all of them, after I cut them off, they were like this, with that little extra bit which we don't need. So what you do is just you hold the sandpaper. I think it's easier if you move the actual part, not the sandpaper. And yeah, just like that, slowly, carefully, not breaking it, because it's so little, so easy to break. This one is actually a tough cookie as well. The previous ones were a lot easier. You see it's getting off now. It's coming off now, shortly. I just don't want to break it. Yeah, here you go. Maybe these videos are a little bit boring. To be fair, the reason I'm doing it is kind of just to myself, as well as a kind of lesson. I am planning to buy some Tamiya and maybe Fujimi models in the future, the 1:20 scale F1s, and I will build a couple of those later on. It's a hell of a lot difficult, a lot more difficult than these ones, these little plastic ones. And the reason I am doing this now is kind of a practice to get ready for those, because I used to do stuff like this, but I just rather get some experience with these little cheap ones. And I also like the 747 jumbo jet. So excuse me. So yeah, it's kind of a practice, really. Nothing else. I don't know how much is this visible. Apply a bit of glue. Need to be careful with this, because it's so strong. You only need a tiny bit everywhere to hold it, and then make sure you cover it very quickly as well. I only apply glue on one side and just press it to the other. Obviously it hopefully will stick together and in the correct position as well. And then once it's done, press it all together everywhere. Now this one came out actually alright. Straight away wipe all the excess as well. For some reason, I think it's quite normal with these glues. It kind of, it's weird. If you haven't used it, you don't know how it is. It melts the plastic, and the whole thing just become one piece, really. It's really interesting. I only have two different types of paint. I only got these two, and after I opened it, I just noticed that this thing, it says you can also use these ones, all of these different ones. Well, I'm not gonna buy each one of them, because it's like 3 euros, 2-3 euros for one of these, so it would cost more than the actual model. But I think if I get just the two main colors, it will be pretty, well, realistic. Well, as much as it can get on this scale, 1 to 450. Not that one, this one. So yeah, that's how I did all of these little engines. I know I shouldn't supposed to use a scissor to cut these off. There are some special tools for modeling. That's what people normally tend to use. Let's cut off the wings as well. It's one of my favorite bits to cut these off. Obviously the smaller the excess plastic is on the actual bit you cut off, the easier your job is when you need to remove those bits, these ones. Yeah, again, just like that. And a bit more. Which side is the outside? And here we go. Beautiful. It might be better off if I am zooming on it. Here you go. Now that's what it should be. The bottom, it doesn't really matter because I think, I didn't even look, but I think it goes there. So that excess bit, it doesn't matter, it just goes inside the plane anyway. Sorry, now it's on the picture, yeah, so it just goes there. Yep, okay, cheers for watching, we'll be back shortly.